Good morning, everyone. I'm Grant Cohn. As you've probably heard, last night, 49ers rookie wide receiver Ricky Pearsall was shot in the chest in Union Square. The bullet missed vital organs. He's in SF General Hospital. He's in stable condition. He's okay, although the injuries are serious. I mean, we don't know the nature. Again, they didn't hit any vital organs. We don't know what the prognosis is going forward. Let's talk about what we do know. He was in Union Square, I guess, shopping after a autograph signing, and a 17-year-old kid from Tracy, about an hour away in the East Bay, um, was following him. I tried to snatch the Rolex off of Ricky Pearsall's wrist. Ricky Pearsall fought back. The suspect had a gun, and the gun, I guess, went off and shot Ricky in the chest, and then shot the suspect in the forearm. Suspect was arrested almost immediately. Ricky Pearsall there's video of him walking to the ambulance. Tough kid, tough guy, awful situation. So that's what we know. He was shot in the chest. Here's how I found out about this. We all found out about it around the same time. I guess this happened around 3:38 yesterday. I was at a barbecue. Everyone was, it's Labor Day weekend. It's time to relax. My close friend, my French teacher from middle school, was having a party because his youngest son just went to college. And I'm not looking at my phone. But at 4:15, I get a DM from a police officer. I didn't check my phone. I want to say 4:50. I go to the bathroom, look at my phone, have a bunch of texts saying Ricky Pearsall got shot. Shocked, didn't expect to read that, didn't know if it was true, go on Twitter to see if it's true. And I see I have a bunch of DMs. I leave my DMs open just in case something like this happens. And I'm looking through why are you calling me? Hold on. It's the coach. Yo, man, I'm live. Yeah. It's all good. I love you, man. I'll talk to you. It's coach. So I'm at the party. I'm at the barbecue. I start looking at my DMs, from people I don't follow. One is a guy who says he's a police officer, and he had DM'd me at 4:16 saying, "Hey, I'm trying to send this to Matt Mayoko, but his DMs aren't open, so I'm sending them to you. Ricky Pearsall got shot. Here's what you need to know." So at like 5:05, I DM him back and say, "Thank you. What else do you know?" And that's when I started putting out that's when I put out my second. The first video was just me reacting to, oh my God, a player got shot. I don't know anything. The second video was me reading the DMs I got from the police officer who I've never met, who reached out to me. And his initial information was he was shot twice in the chest and the back. Turns out shot once, 2 bullet wounds, exit wound in the back. So that was incorrect. But you could understand why the police officer got that one wrong. Another lady, Kirsten, who works for 95.7, reported that Ricky was shot in the arm and the suspect was shot in the chest. I'm sure her source just had it backwards. So it was happening fast. He says chest and back. He called it critical but stable, which I guess it should have been serious but stable. I don't know the difference. I'm a sports writer. But he did say, it was Union Square after an autograph signing. Suspect was 17 years old. That's what I found out. So that's how I became a reporter I'm a reporter, but not on this kind of stuff. And it's not like someone gets shot and I'm calling up my sources in the police department. I don't have sources in the police department. I'm just a guy with a platform and open DM. So a police officer decided to give me the information and I shared what I knew. That's it. It's, first of all, thank God that he's alive. He got shot here. Had he gotten shot here, he could be dead. Just a terrible story and a near tragedy that hopefully has a very happy ending. Again, we don't know what the prognosis is for him. And I don't even want to talk about like football because it doesn't really matter. Like, well, when's he going to get back or when's he going to play? It doesn't matter right now. What's important is that he's alive and that the situation could have been way worse and that he and we and the team and everyone has an opportunity to learn from it. We'll talk about the lessons that the Niners could take later. But first I want to say God love John Lynch. So Ricky Pearsall gets shot. He's in SF General Hospital. This is a 24-year-old rookie who's been in the Bay Area for like 3-4 months, probably having a tough day. And it'd be nice if someone from the organization showed up to show support, considering he's out here kind of on his own. Where is he from? Arizona? I'm not even sure where he's from, but I know he's from Arizona, right? He went to school at Arizona State, then went to school in Florida. Probably doesn't have a bunch of family out here that can just rush to the hospital and be there with him. Probably feels a little alone, freaked out. And John Lynch showed up along with members of the security team. But John Lynch is, in a lot of ways, the face of the organization, or one of the faces. And I think it's just wonderful that he showed up. He clearly didn't have to. I mean, I'm not sure that Jed showed up. I'm not sure that, I don't think Kyle showed up. So I'm not saying that they had to. It would have been nice if Kyle had showed up. It would have been really nice if Jed had showed up. I'm sure it would have meant a lot to Ricky, and I bet you they will show up today. But who showed up first immediately? Who dropped everything to be there? John Lynch. And I'm not surprised. I mean, if you know anything about him, if you've gotten to know him a little bit over the last years, that's his character. He'll be there. He is a stand-up guy. And he's a tremendous asset to the organization because of things like this. Like, he gives the organization character. He does. He wasn't posing with celebrities. He wasn't partying. He was there. And again, I'm not wagging my finger at other people for not doing the same. It's just he deserves a ton of freaking credit for doing that because it wasn't required. And not everyone did. He did it. I really respect John Lynch, not just because he's a Hall of Fame strong safety and a good general manager. He's a man of character from everything I understand. I mean, I don't know him personally. I haven't had dinner with him, but this is John. And I bet you Ricky Pearsall really appreciated it. I bet you his parents really appreciated it. Could they? I mean, I'm sure John Lynch got there before his parents did. I'm guessing. I'm sure they'll remember that the rest of their lives. That stuff matters. That stuff matters. And it's great that the 49ers have someone in the organization that provides that. Would have been nice if more people had done it too, but at least one person did. I think it was great that John Lynch did that. And then, I don't know if you saw it, but Kyle Shanahan had a party for the players. It was, again, I was at a party. He was at a party. It was party day yesterday. It was at Kyle Shanahan's house. Super generous to do that. I guess it's a yearly tradition. Even invited some celebrities to make it feel like a real party. Super cool. He dressed up. It seemed like a lot of fun. Then you find out that your first round pick got shot. Am I saying they should have canceled the party? I'm not saying that. It's at Kyle's house. He's hosting. It's kind of tricky. You can have John go. You can go the next day. I understand. I get that. Plus, you have all those people there. Can you really organize like buses or limos to go to the hospital all at the same time? And even if you did, would they let you all in? I mean, there's usually rules for that in an IC. It's like one visitor or two. So I don't even know if it was feasible, but like all I know is that there were all these videos and pictures coming out of like players and Kyle kind of like posing with Rick Ross, and it just felt a little tone deaf. It was a little unfortunate. It was like an opportunity for the team to sort of rally around this in like a serious, sober way, and John did, but it would have been nice if the rest, and again, they will today, I'm sure. And I just thought that was unfortunate and tone deaf, but not necessarily like, I'm not trying to be snarky and like really criticize Kyle too much, because I'm sure he's shaken up and I'm sure he cares. From what I understand, again, I was getting DM'd from all kind of people. I was DM'd from someone at the party who's not a player that said that they got Ricky Pearsall on FaceTime and put him on a television and had the whole team talking to him. I love that. That's wonderful. Great idea. Great idea. I think all I would have said was maybe, even if you could take the pictures with Rick Ross, just don't post them for a week. Just out of respect. I don't know. But maybe I'm just an old fuddy-duddy. I'm 36 years old. It seemed a little uncouth. Is that fair to say? And I don't know. Maybe you guys totally disagree. Felt like the wrong note. So, but that's enough moralizing. I think what's more important is what is the lesson that we learned, that that the Niners learn? Like, what do you learn going forward? I think a lot of people were saying like, oh, like don't go to San Francisco. Well, San Francisco is a little dangerous these days. That's one lesson. Not don't go to I go to San Francisco, but head on a swivel. Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose, any big city, especially if you're famous and rich. Yeah, you got to be really cognizant. So let's go back. Let's break it down. So Ricky Pearsall had an autograph signing. It was publicized in San Francisco. Maybe I'm just trying to think like, how do you avoid this in the future? I'm not trying to say like who did what was wrong or be Captain Hindsight here. Let's look forward. How do you avoid this in the future? Well, first round pick has an autograph signing in San Francisco. Maybe don't do that in the future because now everyone, I mean, you're probably going to want to dress nice. You're a first round pick. I have a gold chain. I like to dress nice. I mean, people, you have the means, you want to dress nice. You're a good looking guy. So you're already a target because of what you're wearing. And then you publicize where you're going to be. So 99% of people are just going to be Niner fans that want to say, we love you and good luck. But there's people out there that do stuff like this. And I don't know, the kid was from Tracy. Did he see online? Oh, Ricky Pearsall's I'm going to rob him. I'm going to go out of my way to go across the bay to rob this guy. And it's like, so 49ers, maybe in the future you have a first round pick. He says, hey, I want to have an autograph signing. That's something I would want to do if I was a first round pick. Say, you know what, Ricky, maybe not. You know what, first round pick, maybe not. Because we don't want to give anyone who has $20 access to you. Because yeah, there'll be security guards there, but then when you leave, those people could just follow you, which it seems like this guy did. So in the future, 49ers, players, maybe no autograph signings. I mean, would Debo do that? Would Kittle do that? Would they give? Maybe they have. It just seems like, wow, if you think about it, anyone with $20 that can get in the store suddenly is face to face with you. It's scary. So maybe not that in the future. And then if you're going to a big city, even take San Francisco out of it. Any big city, San Jose, Oakland, San Francisco, LA, Seattle, don't wear your jewelry. Like I wear this when I go to San Francisco. Now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. What's the point? Maybe don't. Maybe I'm just saying, like, what can teams tell players in the future, knowing that this is a reality that shouldn't be, that this is something that could face them. Maybe don't wear your jewelry if you're going to. Don't tell people where you're going to be. Don't say, I'm going to be in San Francisco. Come meet me. Don't do that. Don't put it on social media. If you're in San Francisco, post about it on Instagram the next day. Hey, I was here. Not, hey, I'm here now. I mean, these are things I think about when I'm on I like to have my life be an open book, but I know a lot of people don't like me. And I'm not particularly he's more in the public eye than I am. So these are things to think about for all players and all teams. No autograph signings. Don't tell people you're going to be out shopping in a big city before you do it. Don't wear your nice stuff. And then if you have done that stuff and someone tries to rob you and they grab your Rolex, let it go. Let it go. You gotta. Don't wear it in the first place. And if someone tries to rob you, gotta let it go. I think this should be a class that teams, not just the Niners, tell their players when they're drafted. This is something we talk, because again, I've never been in this situation. I haven't been robbed. I was at this party last night and everyone was shaking up and people were talking about their experiences getting robbed or people they know. And it's like a girl was saying this guy tried to steal her purse and all of a sudden she was fighting the guy for the purse. And the next day she's like, I don't know why I did it. I had this fight or flight response. The purse there was nothing in it. I just had this response. And so I don't know, maybe in this situation, if it were me, if it were you, you might've done exactly what Ricky did or not. I don't know, but that's why I think teams should probably talk to players beforehand so that it's something that it's on their mind before it happens, because again, it's far too likely that it could happen. So you got to tell the players, hey man, if you shouldn't be wearing this stuff in public because you're a target, we're targets. And if you do, let it go. Let it go. because trying to defend it or get it back could cost you your life or your career or your season or God knows. So again, I'm not trying to say that Ricky, bad Ricky, like poor Ricky. I hope he's okay. I don't think he was quite prepared for what was lurking or what was waiting for him. I don't think he was prepared at all. And I think now teams have to prepare their players much better. And I'm not saying the Niners did. I mean, we didn't know, but now we do. This is the situation in downtown, whatever the city it is, around the country. This is a situation. Take it really seriously. Not just the players, but the coaches and the owners and everyone. Because they have these like symposiums for players. Like, hey, you just got drafted. You have a lot of money. Like here's what to do with it and what not to do with it. They do these things for players. It's very helpful. Now I think it's how do you move around the city as knowing you're a target? Sucks. It really sucks that you have to have that conversation. But at this point, after what just happened, you have no choice. Mm. That was a really scary and awful situation last night. I didn't want to be reporting on it. I'm just a sports writer who mostly doesn't even try to report on sports. I'd like to give my opinion, but you have a big platform, something like this happens, a police officer reaches out. I feel like I have a duty. Like I know this stuff. I got to tell people what I know. But what's most important isn't where he got shot or when it happened or the specific details. The most important thing is that he's alive and that the Niners are going to rally around him and he's going to learn from this and the team is going to learn from this and this is never going to happen again. That's what's important. It should never, ever happen again. Because it does feel like not necessarily somewhat avoidable if there is some forethought and some strategy. And because again, like he's 24, he's really young. I know if I were in his position, I would have done the same thing. Like at 36, I want to have an autograph signing and go to Union Square and shop at Yves Saint Laurent. Like if I had $10 million at 36, I would do that. And so now I'm shaking up. I'm like, man, I have to think about these things too. We all have to think about these things. There's no percentage. There's no upside in wearing your best jewelry into San Francisco anymore or Oakland or San Jose. It sucks. But really, if you go out, you should dress like a normal guy. Or if you do wear jewelry, it should be fake. If you want to look like, striking, wear a bunch of fake stuff. So if someone steals it, it's like, nice, dude. Enjoy. I hope you try to pawn that off. But wrestling with the gun, don't do that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. And that's something the Niners can tell their players from now on. You go to San Francisco, people know who you are. You put it on social media, people might be waiting for you. Isn't that scary? Like all these players have Instagrams and they're like, hey, come visit me at hey, this is where I am. It's like, yikes. Now, I mean, like all of us are on social media doing that stuff, right? Like I feel now like all of a sudden, I tell you guys like, oh, I'm going to go golfing here now. I do that all the time. I don't want to do that anymore. So I think this is just sobering for people in general. You don't want to make yourself a target. And when one of your, I don't know, I just was really touched by what John Lynch did. That's all I got to say. Let's take some super chats. Slickline Ninja says dark joke. No, I'm not reading that. Ralph says definitely Ricky definitely needs some Cali guys around him. Yeah. Wouldn't it have been nice if his teammates just left the party and showed up? I'm not saying they should have. This would have been nice. And I think moments like that, it's like, what do you have to do? Nothing. You don't have to do anything. And that's why what John Lynch did is even more powerful. Ralph, Ricky definitely needs some Cali guys around him. Man, Brother Bob's been a member for 16 months. Thank you. Anyway. And again, I don't think this is just a San Francisco thing. I saw a lot of people being like, this is terrible. San Francisco's gotten awful. Like, yeah, San Francisco isn't what it used to be, and it's too violent. And Oakland too. I still love these places, and these are lessons that you could take in anywhere. Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida. Like these are things players and people should all be cognizant of. Don't go on social media and say, I'm going to be here wearing my best stuff. Don't do that. Teams don't let your players do autograph signings, man. You want Ricky Pearsall's autograph? Go online. I would say. Players, you want to shop for nice stuff? Do it online. Most of these places in San Francisco are shut down anyways. Like they shut down Westfield Mall. It's nice shopping in a real mall. I do like shopping in a real mall, but again, probably at this time, just shop online. All I'm saying is it should never happen again. That should be the Niners. Every team in the NFL, like this never, ever can happen again. What can we do? I like going to Union Square. I like going to North Beach. I like going to Chinatown. I love that area. I love walking around. I mean, it's not Union Square isn't a bad neighborhood. It's just right downtown. It is close to the Tenderloin. It's close to neighborhoods, but it's like everyone's there. It's a melting pot. And even though there's nice things there, it's close to places that don't have nice things. And like that's the Bay. That's Oakland. That's San Francisco. You could be in the nicest neighborhood, but it's a half a mile away from a not nice neighborhood. And there's no border, there's no wall. Like it's everyone's in it together. And that's the great thing about the Bay, the city. So head on a swivel. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. I don't know. And I'm not saying like I would have avoided it or I've lived in the Bay my whole life and it hasn't happened to me. Knock on wood. It could happen to anyone. Knowing that it could happen to anyone, I think now is a good opportunity for people to like try to strategize about how to have this not happen to them. I'm at the point where I'm thinking like maybe I just leave this at home. I mean, it's not worth a whole lot, but someone might know that. A 17-year-old from Tracy might not know that. God, can't imagine having a gun pointed at me. That would just be awful. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Trent. I don't want to talk about Ayuk. I don't really want to talk about football. It's kind of inappropriate. We could do that another time, maybe later today. But for now, I just wanted to update you on what I know about Ricky, what's going on with him, and sort of like the takeaway moving forward. Because as awful, it does feel like this could have been avoided. I don't know. But it's innocent. I mean, a player wants to do it. It feels like, autograph signing is nice. Let's give back to the fans. It's nice to give the fans some access to the players. He's hardly the first player to do an autograph signing. It kind of sucks that we're at the point where an autograph signing is unsafe. That's like a classic way to. I mean, athletes been doing it for decades. It really sucks. But I think now, maybe not anymore. You can do all this stuff online. Don't do it. Poor Ricky. I don't really have much more to say. 23 minutes. It's what I know. It's how I found out. Feel really bad for Ricky. He's had the worst offseason. Like, let's take it back from the beginning. He's chilling. He thinks he's going to be a second-round pick. He gets drafted by the Niners in round 1, and everyone's like, hey, man, like, you might be able to start this year. They got some issues with Brandon. And he's like, okay, let me try really hard. And it's like, I had this opportunity. And he hurts himself like 3 times and gets shot. That's just the worst luck. That's awful. Again, it starts like, man, you had great luck. You were a first-round pick. You were no one saw it coming. Wow. Stars aligned for you. And then it's like bad luck, awful luck. Like, damn, dude. Hopefully that's the end of the bad luck for Ricky Pearsall. I think that's enough bad luck for a lifetime packed in about 4 months, man. Oh, he's due for some good luck now. I think he's due for some good luck. I don't know. That's all I got to say. I think we're all rooting for Ricky Pearsall now. Damn. Anyway. Best of luck to Ricky, best of luck to the Niners. I'm going to go eat breakfast and sort of decompress from this story a little bit. I think seems like it's over. It was an awful situation. It could have been worse. He's alive. And that's all that matters. He's going to live. He's going to be okay. It could have been way freaking worse. And from now on, then this never needs to happen again. Good for Ricky. Hope you guys have a good day. Try to enjoy yourselves. Thanks for watching. Oh, wait, I got one more. Slick Like Ninja says, sorry, my joke was untasteful. This is serious. All right, fair enough. Yeah, this is serious, guys. I'm not trying to be snarky. Normally, I'm not serious at all, and maybe you guys don't know how to take that, but he got shot in the chest. He got shot in the chest, not the arm, not the fleshy part of the thigh, through his chest. Like, if he never played football again, I'd be like, yeah, he got shot in the chest. Are you kidding? If he makes it back, we're all going to be like, wow, holy crap. Damn. Anyway. Thanks for watching. Go have a good day.